Hi everybody, I'm Bobby Ogilvy, project manager and professional coach. So today I wanted to deal with how is coaching different from mentorship? Do you guys know how you would answer that question? So coaching is a formal relationship that you're entering into, and in that sense it's conscious on both parties' part. You can be, even someone who's a good trained coach can be coach-like in other circumstances, and in some sense it will permeate aspects of your life, right? But it's not like you're coaching your friends or you're coaching your romantic partner or, coaching your coworkers, right? You can be coach-like, but until there's some conscious, you and me are doing, this coaching relationship, we're having these coaching sessions, it's not a formal thing. And part of that also kind of deals with professional ethical standards, right? So coaching in some sense has a conscious quality to it. It's also very pointed to be, so beyond saying it's client-centered, it's supposed to be growth-oriented, right? There's goals you're trying to get out of it. To contrast that to mentorship, mentorship is often more strongly linked to a training element. There's someone more senior and experienced. They're paired with someone less senior, less experienced, and that lesser person wants to grow. Normally, when I hear the term mentorship, to me what it signals is that there's not a specific training need, because if there were a specific training need, you would just train them on that gap area. Train me on A, B, and C. But that's it. I would almost frame it as this broad, unqualified training need. This younger, less experienced person is trying to see how this more experienced person, in general, approaches solving problems, how they operate. You could think of it as almost kind of, grooming you to eventually take on those positions. You could see of someone that they think is fit for leadership positions or could be fit, has that potential, and this, they start shadowing a board member, and they're getting mentorship from them, right? The board member, may or may not be going through something specific and say, learn this, learn that. But probably it's just, here's how we approach these meetings, and, we're meeting quarterly, and when we're doing a strategy review, here's how we're approaching it, or whatever makes sense for them, right? But really, all of the learning in that sense is kind of implicit. And again, I think I mentioned the term shadowing in that, right? It has that sense of like the less experienced person is trying to kind of glean from this person and try to ask some of their own questions. Whereas in the coaching relationship, this person is actively supporting you and your goals, and all the questions they're asking, all the things they're doing are supposed to be about your growth. With mentorship, I almost feel like it's a byproduct of almost like spending time with this person, right? You could almost think of it as like role modeling, or at its more blunt, behavioral grooming, right? So that's how I would frame it. In that sense too, I'm not sure that I would ever. Coaching is a valuable skill, but as in the consultant end of things, I'm not sure someone would ever pay for mentorship, right? People pay to have particular problems solved, or people, are paying to learn and do things, right? But I can't think of a context I've heard of where someone has paid for mentorship, right? They will pay for training, they will pay for coaching, but no one's going to pay just to, hang out with a more experienced person. It's not really how it works, and it's not really the best way to get results, right? Back to the coaching end of it, a great question to ask is always, so why are you doing this, right? And you could ask that to either end of the mentor-mentee relationship. You ask the mentor, why are you doing this, right? And maybe they think they have a lot of knowledge to share, or maybe they don't know why they're doing this. Maybe they were mandated to say, I need to shadow this young engineer for 4 months while he learns how our board functions operate. And same question for the mentee. What do you want out of this? Like, what is there something you're trying to learn or grow in? Is there a particular gap area you've identified? Is there a career aspiration you're going after, and it fits to develop? There's this roster of 5 skill sets you're trying to work on, and this is hit some of those buckets, right? Hit some of that checklist. It's very important when you're going into these developmental type arrangements to think about, are you getting something out of it? What do you want to get out of it? Or to reverse engineer it, how would you know if you're not getting value out of it, right? Think of how many projects or types of relationships, start with some good supposed strategy or idea and no ability to execute. And, I've heard some people describe them as almost like they just kind of peter away and die out and die this kind of slow, vague death, right? Is that the best way to learn or grow? Of course it's not. So in my view, like mentorship, well, it has certainly some element of maybe on-job training or part of some training regimen. It's certainly much more watered down. Coaching is conscious. It's much more impactful. It can get you the results you want. So how is coaching different from mentorship? Hopefully that's a little bit clearer for you guys now. So again, I'm Bob Ogilvie, Project Manager and Professional Coach, and I hope to answer more of your questions soon.